Tuesday, the 20-something of July. I just camped. I just parked my car at Seathwaite Parish Room, where I'll be leaving my car overnight, and we're going to walk up to the top of Cole, where we're going to pitch our tent. Hopefully get a good sunset, take a few pictures, have a glass of wine, listen to a bit of music. I've left a little note in my windshield so that people know where to find me if it all turns to muck. That's my little dog, Millie. She's raring to go. I hope there's no cows up there. It can be a bit of a nuisance with cows, especially when you got a dog with you. Right. Well, I've walked along the public bridleway from Seathwaite for about half a mile on this track here. First couple of times I came up here, I couldn't find a path that led off to the top of Cole. I had the outdoor leisure map, didn't show anything. I ended up going much further up this track and then just branching off to the left and going over a bit of a craggy bit. And then the third time I came up here, I sat on this rock for a bit of a rest, and I noticed another proper track there going off to my left, proper buttressed path. It didn't show it on the ordnance, on the outdoor leisure map, but I figured it was worth following. It goes up for about half a mile. It comes to some old mine workings. From the mine workings there's another path leads off, a path visible on the ground, cairned, and it goes right to the top of Cole. So why I couldn't find it on the on the outdoor leisure map, I don't know. But if anybody comes this way, just keep your eye out for that buttressed track going off to your left. Right, I left the public bridleway from Seathwaite and I followed the man-made track up onto the hillside. It goes for about half a mile and you come to some disused mine workings. There's a little cave, little mine entrance at the end of it. I brought a torch with me, so I'm going to have a look, see what's inside. It won't be too wet. Send the dog in first. See, find out. This is the entrance. Not with this torch is going to be brighter. Still a bit of daylight at this end. There we are. Not too deep, the water. There must be some water coming in, quick with this full. Look, so far so good, bit of wetch. Oh, now then, comes to a cabin. Leaving the mine behind, there's a path along the ground which goes off up to the right, which will take you via some cairns right to the very top of Cole. Have a quick look around, we'll go. It's about 7:30 in the evening, towards the end of July. It's hard to fell straight ahead. Scarefells are hidden behind Hortefeux. Beautiful. Right, well, here we are, on top of Cole. There's a big point to prove it. Took me about an hour and a quarter from Seathwaite Parish Hall. Okay, that's my tent set up. It's a very old Saunders Space Packer Plus. Quite a heavy tent, but has it got plenty of room in it? It's a 2-person tent, 4 doors, big porch either side, store all your gear. In here we've got here the Nature Hike inflatable pillow, Rab sleeping bag, Neo Air mat, down jacket for the dog. There she is, little Millie. And then on the other side over here, another massive porch where I'm going to cook my dinner tonight. See you in a bit. That's the kettle on. We're having the famous, have a look, we're having the famous Idaho Perfect Mash. Lovely. And some breaded codfish cakes. That's the dog's dinner for tomorrow. Just boiling this water up. Pour that into the mash, let it sit for a while. Give it a bit more heat. Millie's looking a bit hungry. You okay, matey? Eh? You're a big scaredy cat, really, aren't you? Eh? Big scaredy cat. She's shivering now. God knows what she'll be like in July. Anyway, that's the view from the tent. Looking out over Barrow and Furness. Sounds like the water's boiling, so I'll make the mash. Time for some wine, a little bit of a Merlot. Listen to a bit of Chris Stapleton. The dogs. You can see the dog fast asleep on my down jacket. It's been a busy day today, really. Last minute flights to arrange for my wife to go to America. Taking her to Manchester Airport. Got caught in a downpour. Nearly missed the airport turn off. God knows where we would have ended up. Finally dropped her off. Got to the barrier where I had to pay for the parking. It was pouring down, I couldn't see what I was doing. I wound the window down. There's a machine there. There's a slot with a flashing light. So I put my credit card in. Entered my PIN number. Nothing happened. When I looked, I'd put my credit card in the bit where it said notes only. So the machine had swallowed it up. I pressed the bloody buzzer. I said, I put my credit card in the slot where it says cash, notes only. He said, you what? I said, I couldn't see what I was doing. I put my card in the wrong slot. Oh, I said, no, hang on, we'll send somebody round. By which time there's a queue behind me. But he said, put your hazard lights on. I'll close that lane off. So eventually, but of course all this time the bloody clock's ticking, so the bill's going up and up and up. Eventually this guy turned up. So what's the matter? I said, I put my credit card in that slot there that's flashing. He said, that's for notes. I said, I know that now. He said, well, I'll have to try and get it out. You have to back up a bit. I backed up and he stuck his car keys in the hole and got my card out. I said, oh, thanks very much. I said, where do I put it now to pay? He said, just flash it here in front of his box. So I want a receipt, so I press receipt on here. I put my card, flash my card, pouring down my rain, the receipt came out, got bloody wet through, so I threw it away. And drove home, got my rucksack, came straight up here. So I'm having a relax now for a bit. Right. Good morning. It's about 5:30. Which means I've slept for 7.5 hours. Sun's just coming up over. Sun's just coming up over the old man of Coniston. Coniston Old Man. Wasn't cold in the night. I didn't have my pyjamas on. Dog slept well. No wind. Perfect night, really. It's a little bit early, but you know, if you want to catch the sunrise, you've got to get up. Kettle's on. Make a cup of coffee. I was going to go back to bed, but I don't think I'll bother now. Such a beautiful morning. The 10th, the morning after the night before. Not bad, really. Slept well, good pillows then. Recommend that, nature hike. Very good. Millie had a good little sleep as well, didn't you, Millie? Hey? You had a good sleep, didn't you? Good girl. Oh, she's clever. Look at them inky pinky little eyeballs. Look at them inky pinky little eyeballs. She's had her breakfast. Full English breakfast. Yeah, didn't you? A really good night's sleep. Don't have to worry about anything. No cars going up and down the street waking you up. Didn't even get up for a pee in the middle of the night. It's unusual for me. I'll have this cup of tea, get packed up, walk back down, have another look in those mines. See if I can see anything this morning. And we'll get going. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right in the middle of the shot at the moment is the Windscale nuclear fuel reprocessing plant. potentially one of the most dangerous places in this country. It's currently undergoing decommissioning. Parts of it are undergoing decommissioning, and the estimated time to decommission it is 100 years. Just in the surrounding area, there are vast underground caverns being filled with low-level nuclear waste. Stuff that's not going to be safe to touch for another 10,000 years. And 10,000 years ago, 15,000 years ago, this area was covered in 500 metres of ice. So what kind of future are we leaving behind? Potentially, well, I suppose if it's underneath 500 metres of ice, it's not going to do any harm. And yet, just 5 miles away, inland, we have the Duddon Valley, which is, in my opinion, certainly one of the most beautiful valleys in the country. Buildings down there haven't changed for 300 years. Some of these farms are in the 4th generation of family, with the sheep and the cows. What would the people 4 generations ago have thought if you told them there was going to be one of the most potentially dangerous places in the country only 5 miles away? They look at you like you were daft, wouldn't they? And probably in 10,000 years, when this place is covered in ice again, people somewhere will probably think how crazy we were to do all that shit. Who knows? I won't be here. Have to dig me up and let me know. It's morning now. I've got my 2 torches strapped together. I'm going to go back in this cave so what we can see. Try and hold them 2 together like that. Have a look. Okay, good. Right, here we go. Not sure how much you can see. Probably not very much, but up on the ceiling there, on the ceiling there, some silver stuff. I'm guessing that's galena. I'm guessing. What they used to mine to make lead. Some mercy. See it glinting. You see it glinting. A man-made platform here. Probably stood on that to get to the top. And as we go deeper inside, quite flat. Could camp in here, no bother. Some old pit props there. Where the hell I'm going? I can hear water running, so there'll be plenty of water. There's a path leading off into the distance. Oh dear, what's down there? I'm not going. I'm not going down there. Not going down there. I'm going back down here. Tumble into the bloody devil. Go on, keep going. Good girl. Need a much bigger torch. Can't see anything really, apart from where I'm putting my feet. Some more old wood there. Plenty of footprints. Oh, look how big this is before. Isn't it? Comes to an end here. Not really. It's a spooky place. Got a high-powered torch. Better see what you're doing. Long abandoned ladder. Yeah. Goes off down here. Plenty places to camp. That's a hole that made by the people who dug this out. They were probably going to put some dynamite down there. Blast it. And you can see where they've been driving the drills in and then blasting it out. Oh, there's one there, I think. Another one. Come on, mate, let's get out of here. A bit spooky. Where did we come? Is it this way, Millie? Millie! Come on, don't get lost. Never find you down here. There she goes, leading the way. Well, it's certainly worth coming back to this. An old abandoned ladder. I wouldn't rather could see what they were doing. It's a bit damp, but if you brought a tarpaulin and a survival bag, you could camp down here. No bother. Quite an experience, that. Could even have a fire, I bet. No, just to burn those as well. Right, try and get out without getting the feet wet through. Woo! Over there. Steady. Fucking forward. Just be careful. Bit of a bit wonky camera work, but it's a bit slippy. Oh, excellent that. Back out into the real world. It's well worth an explore that, if you're ever up here. I've just come across some plant life. You can see this or not, but on this slab of rock with the water trickling down, some plants have managed to get a grip. Very spongy. Little baby plant there. I don't know what kind of plants they are, but I guess they're got a tenacious grip of the rock. Two kinds. And these here, I don't know what they are. Got a nice little flower. Very spongy and very wet. It's got a grip in a little crack. The water trickles down with the nutrients. The set flower, seeds manage to try and get a grip somewhere else, and the plant shuts down then till next year. Hopefully if it doesn't get washed away with the ice and the snow, it'll be here again. Sheep can't get to it, so it's not got a problem there. Fascinating that, really. Just this one little area that the sheep can't get to. Got heather, the wild blooming heather, and then down here in this dark little corner, just move these leaves out of the way, we've got some sundews. Sundews, for those who don't know, are carnivorous plants. So few nutrients up here. These little plants have developed a method of digesting insects. Sticky little dew, the sticky sap on the ends of the plants must have a nice scent to it. The insect comes along, has a little sniff, all of a sudden he's stuck and gets digested. Never seen these before, heard about them. Sundews, nice little colony building up there. Very interesting. What else have we got? We've got some sphagnum moss, plenty of sphagnum moss. Heather, a wild blooming heather. Have I said that already? And then up there we've got the yew, I think, or maybe juniper, not sure. Normally sheep would eat that, I guess, but up there it's quite safe. Not going to get eaten. What else have we got? We've got some ferns growing in the dark. What kind of that? And then round the corner, if I can just move around here a bit. another plant. Looks like mint, but I don't think it is. No, it's not mint. It looks like it. It's got this little area where the plants are growing, unmolested by the sheep. Long, long time ago, these fells covered in trees. They've been like that since the last ice age. And then, when people moved into this area, needed to survive, so they cut the trees down, provided fire for the wood, provided fuel for the fire, timber for construction, and it also allowed them to keep sheep. Sheep provided wool for clothing. They provided meat for the table. And then once a year you could drive your sheep down to the local market town and sell them for cash. Another way people used to survive up here is if they learned the mystical art of brewing. If you could brew beer, you had it made. Open an ale house. Farm workers used to come down with the money they got from the sheep, spend it on beer. A bit like today, really. Some of the brewers weren't happy just brewing beer. They wanted to brew spirits. Now, it's a different matter, that. That was the king's business. The king's officers the king used to send his customs officers up into these fells looking for the stills. So the guys who operated the stills used to use caves to hide their equipment, where they used to brew their spirits. I don't know what it was. Maybe whiskey, I don't know. Just spirits, I guess. And sell it illicitly. Probably drank most of it themselves, I guess. Sell it illicitly to the farmers. One famous, notorious Lakeland distiller was called Lanty. I think his second name was Slee, Lanty Slee. I could be wrong. I met his great-great-grandson once, told me all about him. Wasn't the only one that brewed, wasn't the only one that was up to it, they were all at it, one way or another. They played a constant game of cat and mouse with the customs officers. If they got caught, I guess, they'd probably destroy the stills, put them in prison even, maybe, I don't know. But demand for spirits and beer was high, and the ones willing to take the risks set up the illegal stills. These cows here are, I'm told, belted Galloways. Could be wrong, but they look very similar to them. These are bred just for the meat. They got the young with them there. Thankfully, they're behind this wall, because otherwise they'd probably charge and try and scare us off. The cows have to be fenced in like this, in these walls, otherwise they'd just wander off. God knows where they'd end up. Probably end up on top of Scafell Pike. Particularly if they got scared by a jet. They'd just keep running, they'd probably knock the walls down with their heads. They'd be in such a panic. But they look like gentle beasts. Wonder what they taste like. On the other hand, one animal that's not fenced in is the Herdwick sheep. These Herdwick sheep here. They're the only breed of sheep that can survive up here. Tough, hardy sheep. I don't think the wool's much good. It's a bit coarse. They must use it for something, I don't know. But these sheep don't need fencing in, because they do something called hefting. And hefting is the sheep's knowledge about where it can go and where it wants to go. It won't just wander for miles and miles and miles. It'll stay within one area. And that knowledge, the knowledge of hefting, is passed from one generation of sheep to another. So they don't forget. The farmer told me that he gets £4.75 a kilogram for these sheep because their origins can be traced right back to the farm, probably their parentage, organic. So the next time you're paying £14 a pound for Herdwick sheep, Herdwick lamb, this is what you're buying. One interesting thing about hefting is 10 or 15 years ago, when they had the foot and mouth disease, the government said all these sheep had to be slaughtered to stop the spread of the disease. Must have been heartbreaking for the farmers. But one unexpected consequence of it was when they bought new sheep, they didn't have the hefting knowledge. So they didn't know where to go. They didn't have their own territories. And the farmers had to put up some temporary fencing to keep them in. Yeah, he did, didn't he? You remember? Until the few generations came and went, and they relearnt the hefting. So we'll just leave them for the breakfast. Something else I've just thought of. When the farmers cleared all these fells of the trees, so to allow his cattle and his livestock to feed, the ground was covered in rocks. Of course, those rocks had to be cleared away to allow the grass to grow, and they made ideal material for building walls. Fascinating, really, that, isn't it? Everything's got two uses up here. These walls will be, well, they'll be hundreds of years old. They'll have been repaired over time. Foundations go. But when you walk on the grass here, if you wonder why there's no rocks, it's because they're all in these walls.